Yeah.
And here's the one I do like.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to go next?
You go.
So
Because you've already started. Now
I
I'm
have
curious.
started now. Yeah, sorry. I should have asked forgiveness, not permission. This one I really want to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here's the question for you: how well do you know me, and can you remember, or do you even know what the first Christopher Nolan movie I watched was?
That you watched?
Yeah, that I watched, because I remember I didn't watch The Dark Knight straight away.
Yeah, but you used to love Inception.
I did.
But this isn't Inception.
It wasn't Inception.
So is it The Prestige?
No.
Memento.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And you know I like Memento.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I at the opposite end of the spectrum. I really am not moved by that movie. But...
So I really love Memento, and I obviously it's not a perfect movie, but I was like 12. Not when it came out. I'm not that old. But I watched it when I was like 12, and I was like, wow, gritty stuff in black and white.
But it is impressive, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
you can't deny.
And there's also a Netflix TV show I really loved called Altered Carbon. You ever seen that? Of course. Season 1 though. I'm only talking about season 1.
It's not Anthony Mackie's fault, but season 2 was just so weird.
They went too far a bit. But so I was like, the Batman came really close to having a proper noir movie, but the riddles in that, they weren't great, and he wasn't a great detective.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll grow into that as more movies come on. But if we were going to have a proper noir take now, where it's not being bogged down by the fact we're in Gotham and everyone knows the Batman story and whatnot, I think a Dead Man movie could be really cool.
I was really worried you were going to say the question.
No, that's even harsh. I think, because it would be nice to have a noir with superpowers as well.
Mm-hmm.
So again, for those that don't know, Dead Man was... I just realised Dead Man was also a trapeze acrobat. What? They had a thing with killing acrobats in DC at one point, I guess. So yeah, he was an acrobat who was killed by an assassin whose name escapes me. But basically, he was killed, and then Ramakrishna, which was, I think it was Ramakrishna, who's like a Hindu god,
Mm-hmm.
granted him the chance to live between life and death, to give him a chance to try and find his killer. So the original story of Dead Man was about him becoming a detective to find his original killer, the person who killed him. He's invisible to humans because he's technically a ghost.
There is a way some people
can see him, but what he often does is he'll kind of like possess a body,
mm-hmm.
can take some of their knowledge and some of their memory sometimes, but then he can talk to other people through whatever body he's kind of animating at that time.
Yeah.
Which I think is also a really cool power. It means anyone can really kind of portray him as well.
I do think that's fun, yeah.
And then it's, I don't know, like you can do the Memento thing because he takes memories from other people sometimes, and then that way you can kind of add pieces and add little red herrings, and actually you can create like a really interesting mystery that doesn't even need to be solved straight away.
Yeah.
And then if you want to, and if it is successful, he's a quite important part of Justice League Dark, and I think he became friends with Batman at one point as well. So yeah, I think Dead Man's a really cool character that's been heavily underused. I don't think he's ever gonna like hold a franchise forever. I don't think he could have 7 or 8 movies.
Yeah.
But if he could definitely do one of his own, and he could definitely like tie in with other characters too.
I like that. I think you put him in a dense Gotham as well. There's so many different characters he could like take over,
Yeah.
even if it's just for a few minutes. and just like use their different skills or abilities. So I
Yeah.
think that's really fun. Actually, that's a really good choice.
I appreciate
I would
that.
never have cooked that up in a million years. But that's a really good choice.
I don't know why it came to mind, but I'm just thinking like, yeah, it's just that's a. We've almost it feels like we've seen almost every power now, or a version of every power, and that one we definitely haven't seen.
Okay.
And who you taking us home with?